Good morning, passengers. This is Captain Bot 6000. I swear, if they do one more sitcom, I'm crashing this thing straight into the ocean. Have a nice flight.
Hello and welcome to Piloting the Pilots, the podcast. My name is Erin. With me, as always, is my I don't know, my Garrus Cameron. How are you doing today, honey?
Without you, there is no me.
Okay.
Is that how the saying goes?
No.
Without.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not even gonna go there.
Anyway, I want to say, wowie zowie.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row, 4 fantastic shows.
No.
No complaints.
No, I can't.
Nothing problematic.
No. With things happening in the news, what I hate the most
is seeing how it's always been there.
Yeah. It's like,
Right.
this is inevitable. Inevitable.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. It really was.
Yeah.
And this has always been happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, and this is why.
Yeah.
People normalized
This.
raping girls.
Exactly. Like this
invading their privacy, using them, pimping them out. And it's just
as you can tell,
I've
guys.
been singing this song for decades and I'm tired of it.
Yeah. My Captain and Tennille. Love will keep us together.
That's not the song.
That's not the song?
No.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's rough in today's climate to watch these particular shows. It was particularly the first show we watched.
Right.
The
Which
second
was even more egregious than something from the 80s. But again, as I've said, the 90s and the aughts destroyed girls.
Yeah.
It really did. We were making really good progress, and then they decided to just, choke us out again.
Because again, we did and I don't know how this happened, but we ended up doing another 80s show and another 2000s show today. It is interesting watching them in that way. Not to say that what was it? Changing Patterns. The second show we watched was the television pilot for a television show based on the movie Adventures in Babysitting. Yeah. Which, how do you make that a weekly thing?
That's not a thing. You traumatize these children.
I mean, if we make fun of Jessica Fletcher for
murders in her small town all the time,
then you have to be like, do not send our children with this
woman. Not hire Chris the babysitter.
She is bad. She will get our kids in mortal danger.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous mortal danger. But like Changing Patterns, Adventures in Babysitting had its problematic messaging.
Well, yeah, it's still the 80s. I'm not saying they were golden times.
Right.
I'm just saying things were a little bit better. They were progressing in a really good direction.
Yeah, even...
So I'm not saying it was good.
No. I'm not saying you're saying that either.
Never. Definitely not. I'm just saying it was progressing in a better direction.
It was one of those things where you can see, like, we haven't gotten to where we want yet, but, like, you can clearly see
we're getting there.
The progress. Like, we're working on it. We're still crappy, but we're getting there. Whereas if you jump from there to, I think it's like 15 years later or whenever, the American Family, the second show we watched.
Right.
It's shocking.
Yeah, it's shocking. It really is. How women were treated. It just got considerably worse.
Well, and it's like how you were saying the other day.
They were overly sexualized, and it's teenage girls, of course.
And it's teenage girls.
It's teenage girls, of course, because men are disgusting f***s.
And when we're finding out with the Epstein files coming out, not to make... I mean, like, I'm not trying to make our stupid podcast where we talk about TV shows about the Epstein files, but what they're finding out in these Epstein files is like a lot of this stuff was coordinated.
Yeah.
Because it did have so much to do with the media and all these companies like Abercrombie and Fitch and products that were marketed towards children. And it was really at this time where children started to be sexualized.
Yeah.
They're finding out in all these like files, like,
whoa, that's some thunder. Did you hear that?
Thunder. I hope that got picked up.
God was like, yeah, this is bullshit.
This is bullshit.
Well, and do something about it, God.
Well, I help those who help themselves. But you do see like that a lot of the stuff they were in media and TV and in clothing for kids that were making like this is where like Juicy and all that stuff
Yeah.
and Pink and on the
Yeah.
butts and stuff like that.
Where I just thought that was absolutely disgusting. I remember when it first came out, I was like, "This is the grossest thing I've ever seen." And I was young. I was
Yeah.
I was their age demographic that
Right,
they were
right.
trying to groom.
Right.
And even me, in my really, really stupid teenage years,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not claiming I was ever smart when I was a teenager.
Nobody's
I am
smart.
not smart now,
Yeah.
but I was much dumber. Even then, I was like, "This is so gross." So you want to know that my vagina's pink?
Yeah.
Or that I'm wet?
Yeah.
Like, are you that fucking gross?
Right. Exactly.
Like, to me, it was just appalling even at the time of its popularity.
Yeah.
I just thought, this is disgusting.
Yeah. As you and I were saying the other day, too, it's shocking. We were talking about I don't remember what we were talking about, but like it was something from like 8 years ago,
Yeah.
10 years ago, or something like that. And we were like, it's remarkable how bad things have gotten.
Yeah.
Like how things that used to be okay. And I'm not saying 2016 was an ideal moment in American or world history. I'm just saying
it was a lot better.
There wasn't the constant stress and you could do things for fun and joy and like actually have money left over and all this other stuff. And now I feel like we're so distracted by everything at this point because of the stress. Like the Meta glasses article that came out the other day. For those who don't know, this is pretty new as of recording this, but Meta has just said we are releasing these new glasses, these smart glasses that have face recognition in them. We are going to release them during a time of social and political strife so that the people who would protest us making this
are busy doing other things.
Are so busy doing other things. And I feel like for especially the last 10 years, but certainly longer than that, it's been going in this direction. The reason why we're always so busy, the reason we're always so tired, the reason why we get distracted by dumb apps and social media and whatever is to keep us from
fighting the real fights.
We could be happy. There's enough money that everybody in this country could have a house, could have, we're a rich enough country that we could have all of that. If you live in America, I'm sorry. I'm speaking generally as like someone who lives in America right now. But we don't. And it's specifically all the fatigue and all the stress and all the tiredness you're feeling right now is, I feel, purposeful. It's an attack.
Yeah.
If you are too tired to fight back and you are being separated, like,
and
let
you're
alone
constantly bombarded with different horrible things.
Yeah.
Which fight do you fight first?
Yeah. I'm reading this book right now, and it's like a kind of spiritual, it's from the Bhagavad Gita, but like he was telling this story, not from the Bhagavad Gita, this is like a spiritualist, and there's this guy from Harvard who gave up everything, and he went to India. The guy who wrote the book, he said, he was a little worried, because he was going to go speak to these like native Indian people, and this is like a white dude from America who's Harvard educated. He's like, I was afraid he was going to be a little bit too esoteric for like the people, but he turned out to be able to speak to them very well. And he told this story. They meet God or Krishna, and Krishna holds out his hand and he says, take this and I will give you immortality. And the people say, but my hands are full of mango. I can't take your hand because I have all these mangoes in my hand. And Krishna says, drop the mangoes and I will give you immortality. And they said, but we really like mangoes. I don't want to give up these mangoes. What if you give us immortality and then we promise we'll drop the mangoes after you give us immortality? And it's like, and it's a whole thing of like, you have to give up in order to find your like spirituality. And I'm like, okay, that's beautiful in its way. But the way the world is right now, we're not holding on to mangoes. We're not just holding on to things we like. We have to hold on to these things to survive.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like a severing of any kind of hope for any kind of real spiritual, intuitive, like we don't have the time to meditate and stuff like that. 'Cause I'm so worried of just like putting food on the table or paying rent or whatever. We're so disconnected that we don't have the luxury. It's not mangoes. It's not video games. It's like, can I pay the electric bill?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So, I feel it's very intentional
Mhm.
to keep people from introspective thought.
Oh yeah.
And that's
100%.
why I do. One of the other reasons why I hate AI so much is just another way to keep people from being introspective
Yeah.
or creative or whatever. It's another way to control your thoughts.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Anyway, what did we watch this week before we get into these dumb shows? Did we watch anything cool?
Phil's not dead.
Phil's not dead. Oh, but I did write down the third thing that Mentionel tree does
yeah.
is if you burn it, the smoke will
Is
also
toxic.
kill you.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
toxic. So
Yeah.
so
This is a deadly poisonous tree that can affect you in numerous ways that hasn't been fully explored yet. And they're like, we see demons all the time over here. And I'm like, yeah, probably because of that evil tree.
whenever I'm by this tree that is chemically made to kill me, I feel like maybe I'm dying.
I feel like I'm being choked. Oh, you don't say.
I mean, I am actually impressed that Phil did say,
Yeah.
I was by the tree that makes you, like,
Yeah.
has, like, toxic spores and stuff.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
maybe I was just choking on the spores.
Yeah, 100%. Especially since you were under in a crawl space where it's probably lingering and
Yeah.
hasn't been drifted off on the breeze for a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. So Trinidad's not haunted. It just has deadly trees.
And those deadly trees are making you see a lot of
Yeah,
things.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%. That's terrifying.
Then we watched The Pit. It was good. Pit, you like
It's
The Pit. If you like The Pit, you like The Pit. If you don't like The Pit,
My
you don't
favorite
like The Pit.
doctor finally showed up.
Oh, yeah, and
Because,
that was
like,
great.
I was concerned.
He wasn't
like,
gonna show
when the
up.
first season, when the season started again, I was like, I don't think they can bring him back in here. It's
Right.
not like a pit fest, from season 1.
And it's all these are just one day, so it's like it could just
Yeah.
be his day off.
Exactly. So I was really upset that I probably wouldn't be able to see him. And then he comes in, I was like, you're so amazing.
And he comes in like with swagger, and like you're like, this is the coolest dude ever.
I know. He's the coolest dude ever.
Like, it's so unfair because, like, I mean, The Pit is both realistic and fake. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we've talked about, like, the dialogue in it is very
Right.
clunky sometimes, but it's also trying to show real medical
Right.
stuff. And of course, it's like the crazy extreme stuff that doesn't
Yeah.
happen every day, and
Right.
it's happening all in one day. But that guy, I don't remember, is it Dr. Abbott?
Yep.
He is the most over-the-top character on that show, and
He's my favorite.
I'm here for it because
my
the show
favorite.
needs that.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
And the one thing the show did do this time that was really, really funny, it's not a show that's like funny.
No.
It has like moments where you kind of like, but like it's not like a funny show.
Right.
But there was one moment where he was like, he had a bullet graze.
Yeah.
You should watch the show because he
And
volunteers for the
he's-
SWAT team.
And he's trying to like sew it up himself, and it's on his shoulder blade, a place you cannot reach.
One of the doctors is like, I'm going to help you. And so
Yeah.
she starts like sewing up his back, but it looks like she's almost like rubbing his back.
Yeah.
And in the background, it's almost like a Simpsons
Yeah, because
moment.
as soon as Noah Wiley walks by, she goes, we'll keep this our little secret. And Dr. Abbott's like topless.
Yeah.
And she looks like she's rubbing his back.
Yeah.
And then Noah Wiley walks by right when she says, we'll keep this our little secret. And there's this look on his face like, what? As he keeps walking by. And then after that, every single nurse ended up walking by for some odd reason. And
Yeah.
they were all like, what?
Yeah, it's just like one of those, it was like a pure comedy moment in
Yeah.
this show that does not do comedy.
Yeah, it was really
It
funny.
was really funny though.
really
It was really funny. So Phil's alive. The Pit. Honestly, I think we've said this. We've been watching a lot of YouTube stuff lately.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you. I always kind of poo-pooed YouTube stuff in the past because it felt just like, I don't know.
Homemade, amateur?
No. I don't mind homemade amateur. I'm punk rock. I don't like the culture of narcissism
Oh, right.
in the world generally.
Yeah.
That's why I don't connect a lot with social media and
Yeah.
like Instagram and stuff because, as I've said on this podcast before, Instagram is just a commercial for yourself.
Yeah.
It's just marketing for yourself. You're not really interested in having a conversation. It's like, look
No.
at me, look what I'm doing. Blah,
Yeah.
blah. And I feel like YouTube kind of felt like that to me. But now that you've more introduced me to more of that stuff, I'm
Right.
seeing the more punk rock element of it.
Yeah, it's very much this is me, and I'm not controlled by anything.
You guys,
This is my skill. I'm gonna help you out with this.
Yeah.
Like Auta Katharina, my
Yeah.
favorite.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Jazza. We've got Jordan Persegati.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, like, even somebody as basic as Jorts.
Jorts or Mythical Kitchen
or Mythical
or
Kitchen.
Viva La Dirt League.
Viva La Dirt League. Yeah, like, there's a lot of really great programming that's educational as well. So you're definitely going to be learning something.
Right.
Like, I'm learning a lot about, how depression affects people's ability to live.
Right.
Just by watching the Auta Katharina videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the best cleaner. Let's go get some trashes. It's dirty-licious. Love her.
And like, yes, some of these people
Mm-hmm.
are supported by like a company of
Yeah.
some sort, but it's not in the same way that
The media is owned by corporations.
Right.
The media will say what the corporation wants them to say, whereas in YouTube is kind of like,
a lot of these
this is our sponsor.
A lot of these YouTubers will say, I won't endorse it unless I've tried it and like it.
Yeah.
You get more of an honesty, and they are straight up just saying like, hey, Scrub Daddy is doing the best,
Mm-hmm.
and they are doing this for me.
Well, the reason why I trust Ari so much, too, is because when Scrub Daddy first approached her, and this is after she had been doing videos, she was like, I'm not going to endorse this unless I know it works.
Yeah.
Because she was like,
Because
she was like, at the time, I didn't think sponges worked really well with cleaning.
Right.
She didn't.
Yeah.
She was all about her microfiber. She still is about microfiber.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, and I tried it, and it worked really well.
Right.
And so now she's in partnership with them and stuff like that.
Right.
So it makes sense to me. Like, they actually try stuff out before they say it's great.
Yeah.
Or they don't have it sponsored at all.
Or they
just turn it down.
They're just like, I'll get paid by YouTube or whatever,
Yeah.
or I'll create a Patreon. Or if you're like Jazza, I will create my own art supplies and I will sell those.
Yeah.
But like it's not.
He now runs his entire studio. He's employed people now.
He has multiple channels and like Mythical Kitchen's the same way.
Yeah.
They started off as kind of a smaller thing and now they have like a studio.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
where people are employed. They're actually job creators.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I swear to God, if any multi-billion-dollar company lays people off,
you don't get your tax breaks.
You don't get a tax break.
Because you are no longer a job creator. And that was the whole basis for your tax break, was that you were all about job creation and it was trickle down. Well, if you're firing people, guess what? You pay your goddamn taxes.
Exactly. And that is a great segue into the capitalism porn that is American Family.
Oh, I was going to say Dead Space, but okay.
Oh, do you want to talk about Dead Space for a little bit?
Well, I mean, it is capitalism porn.
It is capital. and you notice it's like a dystopian future. It's never good.
The only safe place in Dead Space is at the store. I mean... yeah. I'm playing Dead Space. I'm on chapter 8. And I'm going to
Which is better than 90-something%.
Oh my God. Here's the thing, guys. So I got super bored with the game at chapter 4. And I pushed myself to get to chapter 5 because I was like, I'm pretty much already got the footage I need to make all my points. I was like, I'm not sure I'm even going to finish this. Because quite frankly, the monsters are repetitive. I can predict where they're coming out, how they're attacking. I've been able to trick the circuit breakers. I've mastered the mechanics of this game. I'm bored.
Yeah. Your scary game is now boring.
Yeah, I am bored. Don't get me wrong. Those first few chapters are super duper scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super scary.
Yeah.
But, like, you just get bored with it.
Yeah.
Because it's the same tactic over and over again in chapters 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
And when I completed chapter 5, one of the trophies popped up. It was like completing chapter 5 on any difficulty. I would like to stress that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a trophy, completed it. And then I went into the stats of that trophy.
Uh-huh.
Only 18% of the Xbox players got that trophy. It's a trophy for any difficulty. So even story mode, even the easiest of easy modes, you can get a trophy for this. And only 18% of all players got it for chapter 5. And that's when I was like, okay.
That's not even halfway through the game.
That's not even halfway through the game. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to push through so I can get later footage since apparently nobody seems to complete this game.
Yeah.
Or they're lying about it.
Yeah.
Stats don't lie.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I don't know what the completion percentage is on the PlayStation or PC gaming because I'm just on the Xbox.
Right.
But anyway, I was like, well, I'm just going to push through then. Now, chapter 6, I really liked. It's the hydroponics. I had fun.
Mm-hmm.
That one actually brought me back and it
Yeah.
introduced some new characters because I'm more about like character narration rather
Mhm.
than here's another wave of monsters.
Yeah.
To me, that's boring as hell.
Yeah.
So it finally got my attention again. And now I'm on chapter 8 and I am going to beat this game. Whereas it says for the trophy on it, only 15% have completed that game.
Wow.
So my video game footage of
It's
Dead
gonna be
Space,
all end game
it's
stuff.
all in-game footage. Because I'm like, nobody else has this. Because then I went and did research on other videos of Dead Space.
Uh-huh.
It's all just those first few chapters.
Yeah.
I don't think they fully review them at all.
I mean, there's a few.
I
we've
think
seen,
a
like,
lot of people pretend they know the game for
Mhm.
like street cred, I guess, if you can have street cred in a game.
Elden Rings.
Yeah, Elden Ring being a big one. But I don't think they've actually ever completed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, the stats tell me they have not.
And I'm not saying people haven't completed Elden Ring. I'm saying maybe not as many people as you think.
Yeah, because the stats don't lie.
I think maybe not as more people are saying they love it than
Mhm.
have actually completed it.
Yeah. Now, I am going to tell you, though, my art review is going to be highly rated.
Yeah. Because an art review, it's
It's an art review. It's not a gameplay review. It's not
Exactly.
my personal opinion. It's an art review. And quite frankly, the art is fucking amazing.
Well, and it's just like if I do like a letterbox review,
Mhm.
I might personally not enjoy a movie, but
Yeah.
still appreciate the structure of it.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I am not a huge fan of A Clockwork Orange. I think it's a kind of gross
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
It's got a lot of stuff that I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't with.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I can see from a filmmaking perspective,
This is important.
this is a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, this is an important movie
Yeah.
in that regard. But it's just, do I like it? No, personally, don't like it.
Yeah,
but
personally,
like,
I think Dead Space is very boring, very repetitive, because once you figure out the mechanics, it's fine.
yeah,
However, hopefully the story gets more interesting, and I think it's going to. Like, I am actually quite interested to see how Chen makes his return and kills Hammond,
uh-huh.
and how Spawn gets killed. There's like some weirdo who just popped up with a mask on.
Yeah, yeah.
And, is the ship called like the Venom or something like that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see how Chen kills Hammond because he's gonna.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Chen has to come back. There's spoilers apparently, but I've already figured them out.
Yeah.
But I guess I can't say them here.
I mean, you probably could kiss an old game. It's from like the aughts.
All right, well, Nicole's dead, duh.
Well, everyone knows that.
I mean, that,
Even I know
that was
that.
obvious, especially since every now and then you'll get her voice being like, I need your help. Where is she at? Was this a signal being broadcast on your, like, listening devices? No, it's in your fucking head. She's not real. This engineer is being rewired by a marker who I think is an organism and not a deity.
I like it. I mean, but and speaking of spoilers and stuff, like, it's like people, I could not believe how many people
Mhm.
back in the day, I was alive,
Right?
when The Sixth Sense came out, were like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
All you have to do is look at the art to know exactly how the story's playing out.
I didn't even do that. I watched the trailer. And I remember, I may have said this on this podcast. I went to like my friend. I won't put him on blast here.
Okay.
But I went up to my friend and he was like, dude, have you seen The Sixth Sense? And I was like, no. Bruce Willis is dead, isn't he? And he's like, did you see it? And I was like, no.
No.
It's pretty clear to me.
Yeah.
Like, just watching the trailer,
Yeah.
he's the ghost.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I can't believe you figured that out. I'm like,
Yeah. My channel is all about art telling you how the game's going to play out. So
Yeah.
the story doesn't matter. The art is going to tell you how it plays out. Sort of like in Expedition 33 and that tutorial board.
Yeah.
You see two statues at the end of the dock.
yeah.
I thought they were, what is his name? Gus? Starts with a G.
God?
No. He's your first guy that you play as.
Oh, right. Gustav?
Gustav. Yeah, I thought it was him because he was like the leader of that year's expedition.
Right.
So I thought they put up new statues
Right.
at the end of the dock because
Right.
all of the dudes in Expedition 33, let's face it, look
the
alike.
same. Yeah.
And so I was looking at the statues and I was just like, oh, okay, so this is about Gustav and it's clearly a painting because just based on the aesthetic,
Mm-hmm.
we've got to be inside a painting.
Right.
And then you move forward, and these other guys who look exactly like Gustav
Mm-hmm.
now become your main characters. And it's like, oh, those were the guys who were the statues in the front.
Right.
So if you're looking at the art as you're moving through a game, you'll easily figure out the game.
Right.
Sure, details might be a bit vague,
Right.
but you'll be able to figure it out.
Well,
and that's the whole point of art in video games.
Right.
Is to tell you how this is going to play out. And that's exactly what Dead Space is doing extremely well.
Yeah, exactly. Something it didn't do something extremely well.
It's the American family.
The American family.
This so-called nuclear family that was in response to women getting freedom and riding bikes.
This show is one of those shows, we watched the whole thing, so it's not quite at Football Wives level.
Oh, it's bad.
But it's maybe one of the worst we've seen. This is a 10-alarm fire of triggering stuff. And I don't mean triggering in the, like in...
Not in self-exit or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing like that. I'm talking about, this is so infuriating, watching this all play out earnestly.
That it's like, no wonder nobody gives a shit. Girls are getting raped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like I said, this at some point in this, while I was watching the show, I'm like, this is capitalism porn.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so the show is structured, it's about an American family, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's structured with a voiceover, an incessant voiceover by the douchiest of douche people. It's almost, to me, a Ferris Bueller kind of thing, is what they're going for. I remember I watched Ferris Bueller with my mother at one point.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and she hated it.
Yeah, I do too.
She's like, I cannot stand Ferris. I can't stand how he treats his friends and blah, 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 blah. And I like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think it's how well you respond to Matthew Broderick's charm and how that works for you.
Right.
I think that's what they're trying to do with this guy, except for he is the least likable person ever.
Yeah.
He's so entitled, and it really is a show about consumerism.
Yeah. It's good to be in debt.
They talk about how there's
It makes you better than your neighbors.
Literally, the first lines of the show is that they live in one of the 2,000 best places to live in America.
Yeah.
We find out where they came from. I guarantee you in 2026, people would love to live in the neighborhood they came from.
Yeah, exactly.
2-story homes, pretty nice. Yeah, your neighbor was kind of...
Oh, your neighbors are gross. Let's face it, our neighbors fucking suck.
Yeah, exactly.
And we live in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, like that's not nothing. They didn't put them in like a stereotypical bad neighborhood, right?
Right.
They put them in what looks like a pretty middle-class neighborhood, but that wasn't good enough.
No.
We have to put ourselves in debt to be in like this upper middle class.
Spend over $4,000 on patio furniture.
Which she insists through the whole show. One of the driving things of the show is she wants to have a party for her youngest son just so the neighbors will see
her patio
furniture
it's gross.
That she paid $4,500 for.
Yeah.
My problem with the show is, I mean, there's many, but my problem with this kind of capitalism porn that I'm talking about is it's played earnestly.
Yeah.
When I think back on certain shows where you have unlikable protagonists, Married with Children, The Simpsons, All in the Family, stuff like that, the shortcomings of the protagonists, they typically are punished for them.
Yeah, and it's also a warning. Like, don't be like this person.
Don't be like Homer.
Yeah.
And in some scenarios, Homer learns a lesson by the end of the show.
Right.
Does
the lesson stick? No.
No, not necessarily, because it's a sitcom and he's a cartoon and whatever,
there has to be new trauma next week.
Right. Or when you look at like Al Bundy in the Married with Children, you're not supposed to look at them as aspirational.
Yeah.
You're supposed to look at them, these people are trash. It's funny to watch them fail or whatever. Same with Archie Bunker. He's a racist. We're not supposed to want to be Archie Bunker.
Exactly.
These people are just the waspy-ish, crappiest,
most spoiled pieces of shit.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's all about
one-upping your neighbors.
Yeah, the whole thing is about one-upping your neighbors. It's keeping up with the Joneses, but portrayed in a way that we all get this and it's right. We should put ourselves in debt.
Yeah.
So he's got this job, and it was so weird, speaking of stats, how he was like very specific. And I think it's jokes. And we can talk more about jokes when we get to our second show, but like we can talk about that some more. But like He identifies where they live as one of the 2,000 best places to live in America, and then he works as an executive for malls, and he at the 47th best mall in America. It's very weird, specific numbers.
Yeah, like he's super mediocre. I
Yeah.
guess is what they're trying to say.
Yeah, it's not the top 100 places to live. It's the top 2,000 places to live. It's not the top 10 malls in America. It's the top 47.
Yeah.
They're jokes, I guess, but it's also lame.
Like, you can be an American family even if you're mediocre and lame too.
Yeah.
You can have all this stuff and one up your neighbors so long as you're in massive debt and the interest doesn't go over 7.5%.
Yeah, and these are the jokes that they mentioned.
No, guys, seriously.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we'll be great so long as the interest doesn't go over 7.5%.
They talk about how they have 7 credit cards maxed out.
Yeah.
He is from what I understood, I thought she was a doctor because I glanced away for a second. You're like, no, she's a housewife or whatever. I don't want to say just a housewife, but she's a housewife.
Yeah.
But he's the sole or the primary earner for the family or whatever. And he's got this job at the 47th. I don't know what he does. It's like they kind of set it up like it's almost like a advertising agency, but it's also malls. Like he doesn't work in a mall.
I don't think he's an architect. He doesn't design the mall. I don't know what he does. So yeah, he should have been fired.
And basically that's what happens. A very famous character actor Chris McDonald, he shows up. He's the new boss that's come in, and he's looking at getting rid of redundant workforce or people who aren't necessary. And he looks at him and he said, Bogans, I think, the Bogars or something like that. I don't know what they're called. He says, you're redundant. We don't need your help here. And he's like, well, look at everything I've done in the past. He's like, I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the future. I don't see where you're going to go. And, fair enough. Malls in the 2000s were pretty much on their way out.
Pretty much goodbye.
Again, it's just such a weird, very specific moment in time where it's like, yeah, you're losing that job, dude, because malls are going out of business like now.
Yeah. like,
like,
a lot of, the smart malls have turned themselves into apartments.
Exactly. Well, that's what a lot of people have said about these ICE detention facilities where you have these warehouses where it's like if you had these warehouses capable of housing all these, immigrants or whatever, then you could have converted those warehouses into living places.
They don't give a shit about people.
No.
I mean, I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, at this point, I think we're pretty clear on that.
If you actually think this twat cares about you, you're a fucking idiot.
Basically, this guy there's like multiple stories going on. We'll touch on each of them because there's one that's probably going to consume a lot of our discussion of this. So basically, he's been told by his boss, we're going to look into it, but we're probably going to fire you. He goes to his wife and she's like, if we miss even one payment, we're
defaulting.
And I don't even think they say that. I think they say we'll have to move back to our old neighborhood.
That's horrible neighborhood.
And that's when we get a flashback of her there, and it's just like reasonable housing. Like it's fine. It would be one thing if like they showed a place where like there's a hole in the roof and it's leaking and everything's falling apart.
Seems nice. This seems fine.
The only thing that seemed wrong with it were the people around them. They didn't
she specifically says that certain neighbors are beneath them.
Yes. That's the problem. Not the house.
No.
The people are the problem.
Yeah, because even the people in her neighborhood are beneath them.
And again, if this was played with any kind of self-awareness, I think it can work. A good example, maybe Schitt's Creek.
Right.
Like you don't, especially where they start off in the show. Yeah. Where they're just spoiled, entitled rich folk. It's done in such a way that you realize how they're behaving is not good. Yeah. But this almost makes it like, don't you want to be like these people? Aren't your neighbors beneath you too, really?
I mean, yeah, they are, but
so
just kidding.
So he's trying to save his job, basically. On top of that, they have 3 kids. They have a teenage daughter who's 14. They have an 11-year-old son, and they have a 5-year-old son or whatever. I'm going to start with the 5-year-old son really quick. Okay. The 5-year-old son...
He was cute.
I didn't really have a problem with the...
He was adorable.
So this guy gets this message I have to prove that I am worthy of staying in this company, at this mall company. He gets a phone call from his wife, and she says, the school just called about our 5-year-old. we have an emergency meeting. And he's like, I'm in the middle of something. She's like, it's an emergency. He failed a test.
So
I have 2 kids. I have gone to many meetings about many things. I have never been called to be like, you need to drop everything you're doing. Your son failed a test. One test, and we need to get him down here. That's pretty much all that's going on with that story, except for it's also that kid's birthday coming up. And the big issue there is another kid has the same birthday. That kid's a little bit more popular.
Yeah.
And they're afraid, oh no, our kid won't have anybody at his birthday party. And there's just so many easy ways to fix this problem.
Thing, the kid doesn't even want a birthday party.
Exactly. They just want it as a status thing.
Yeah, they just want to like brag about their patio furniture.
And they're
so they don't give a about what the kid wants.
Yes.
They do not care.
And even if the kid did care about a party, which he does not.
He does not. And he does not want one. He has specifically said, I don't want one.
But and imagine a world where the kid's like, I do want one.
Right.
Then just move the birthday party to like the weekend before, the weekend after.
No, because then that would be saying that you're less than those other families.
I hate it when shows or movies contrive problems that have such an easy fix to it. Meanwhile, this guy is about to be fired because his boss has deemed him unworthy. They're like, well, this kid across the street who's having his party, all the kids are going to go there because he's going to bring a bouncy house, a bouncy castle. And so then they're like, well, I got an idea. We'll make a bouncy village that costs thousands and thousands upon dollars. And if we do this more, the kids will want to come to our place.
We're the best family.
And again, not played in a way
that's satirical or anything like that. It's played straight up. Like, you need to be these people.
Yeah.
Aren't you jealous of these people?
I have a feeling there is somewhere in this world where this was supposed to be satirical, but it's not played as satire.
Yeah.
This goes into like the other 2 kids, and these are the ones that we're going to spend probably the most of the time talking about. So we have this 11-year-old boy. His problem, you guys ready for this? His problem is that he wants to spy on the 15-year-old girl getting naked next door.
In which the camera makes sure that you see the girl getting naked. Constantly.
Twice in the episode. Remember, this is supposed, whatever age the actress is supposed to be, or is in real life, she is supposed to be 14 years old.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's supposed to be at the 14-year-old girl's like kind of age bracket.
Yeah.
This reminds me, I may have brought it up here. There's a New Mutants comic from like the 80s. And the New Mutants end up in limbo, as they do.
Right.
And
a lot of weird stuff happens to them.
Yeah. And one of the New Mutants, Rain Sinclair, Wolfsbane, she's very religious, very shy, very, very... And so, like, they're in limbo, and they need to get dressed into their gear, their costumes or whatever. One of the New Mutants, Warlock, he can like shapeshift his body, and he puts up a screen so the other New Mutants can't see Rain getting dressed.
Yeah.
But the comic is drawn where you see her getting dressed. It's not necessarily put in a sexualized way.
Oh, it is.
But it is very much, this is the one character who does not want to be seen, but we are allowing the viewer to watch her get dressed.
Yeah, it's fucking gross.
You know, and that's kind of what this show is doing. It's like, oh, he shouldn't be spying on this 14-year-old girl, but we are letting you watch this 14-year-old girl.
Yep.
We're watching her in her panties. We're watching her take off her shirt.
Yeah.
And there's a branch that Austin Powers her boobs. His storyline is, I need to remove this branch.
Yeah.
So he starts saying that, he's the one who has the test problems. He says, I need more morning light.
Yeah.
We need to remove this branch so I get more morning light and I will do better in school if I can just remove this branch so I can see her boobs.
Yeah.
He hasn't said boobs, but like that's what's going on. And then the other story is the 14-year-old girl who's trying to fit into high school. We have another situation where we have a popular girl in school, and there's one point where the girl, again, 14, is with her friends. And this isn't the daughter, this is the popular girl. And she's like, can you see my underwear? She's like adjusting her pants. Like, can you see my panties? And her friends are like, no. And she's like, damn it.
Yeah. And like she's trying to sexualize herself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, 14 years old.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
And the show is feeding into this.
Mhm.
Like, this is normal. This is okay. 'Cause don't you all want to see the 14
Don't you all want to little girls?
You get it, you know?
get it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
that's how it's going. How does the teenage daughter, she trips someone,
She does. She accidentally trips this
a
like
nerd or something?
like that because she spilt some macaroni on her shoes.
Yeah.
So she like went to kick off the macaroni off her shoe, and when she does that, she accidentally trips this girl. But she doesn't get up and help her or apologize or anything. She just goes, "Oh well."
But that makes the mean girls be like,
Oh, aren't you cool?
You're cool because you
Mhm.
picked on the nerd.
Yeah.
They get invited to a party, or she
Mhm.
gets invited to a party.
And apparently it's a sex party?
I want to, this is what I think it is. And this is why it's real gross. It's going to get grosser, guys. Hang on to your butts.
Yeah, it gets real gross.
Because the voiceover douche says,
The dad.
yeah. The dad. And now, and I should also point out, the mother,
Mhm.
when she finds out that her daughter has been invited to the mean girl popular
Sex party.
is like, oh my God, that's great. She's the most popular girl in school. That's amazing for
Yeah.
you. Imagine a parent saying that to any kid, being like, first of all, I'm not keeping track of who's cool at my kid's school.
Yeah, no.
And be like,
Secondly, there aren't any cool kids.
yeah, if you're an adult and you think any kid is cool,
You've got problems.
you got problems. They're all nerds. And we're super cool.
Yeah.
But what happens is her friend who also like gets invited to this party, her
Right.
mother is like, it's gonna be like a sex party.
Yeah.
But there's a little twist in it, is that it's not a sex party. It's I think, jerk off blowjob party.
Yeah.
Because the dad says in voiceover, he's like, when we were kids, we had first base, second
Yeah.
base, third base. These parties these days are just the bat.
Yeah.
So his almost issue is that
She can't go because she will be giving the blowjobs. However, their son can totally go.
yeah, because then her son is like, because he's like, you can't go. And like, it's not even like the problem is like, because you're not going to get any.
Yeah. No.
It's just like, you're going to be blowing all these boys
Yeah.
or jerking them off or whatever. And then their 11-year-old son, the horny one that we've already seen, is like a predator.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 11 years old, but he's still a freaking predator.
Oh, he's a fucking predator.
He's MAGA all the way.
Yeah.
He's like, well, can I go to the party when I turn 14? And they're like, yeah, you can go.
Yeah.
Because you're a boy and
Yeah, because,
you can objectify the women, but we're
Yeah.
not going to like let our daughter do that.
Yeah, because that's clearly wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's totally fine to objectify other girls.
Yeah. And again,
Because they're all skanks and whores.
and again, if this was done with any kind of satirical way, but it's not. It's done in an American Pie way.
Yep.
Where like the boys trying to do all these awful things to get laid
Yeah.
is played at the end with them like clinking beers and being like, we did it, guys, you know?
So gross. I fucking hate that movie.
Yeah. So that's where we end up. So they forbid her from going to the party. This is how everything ties together in a ribbon. So he goes to his boss. He's about to get fired. And he says, like we said, the boss just moved to town. He's like, oh, is that your boy? He's a very handsome looking boy, which is a weird thing to,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that's weird.
It's weird.
Like, and the boss is like, yeah, that's my son. He doesn't like that we moved here. He doesn't like having any friends. He's like, oh, well, my daughter, her plans fell through for Saturday.
Mhm.
They should go out on a date.
Yeah.
Because apparently this boy likes Captain and Tennille, which is a really weird poll for 2000s.
Yeah.
My son is into 70s rock, and Captain and Tennille just reunited. Not like Led Zeppelin or something, like Captain and Tennille, which is just a weird like way to like
Very obscure.
It's very obscure, and they kind of make fun of Captain and Tennille in it,
Yeah.
which I'm like, what did Captain and Tennille ever do to you in year
Don't bring
2000
them
and
this
whatever?
in. Don't bring
You
them
don't need
into
to be
this.
bringing them
Yeah.
into this.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know what you're trying to say about the kid or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I don't get it. So he's like, yeah, they could go on a date, and this is how he's trying to save his job.
Yep. By
But
pimping out his daughter.
Chris McDonald, the new boss, then says, do you have a picture
Yeah.
of his 14-year-old daughter? How hot?
How hot is your 14-year-old daughter? Yeah. Fucking gross.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this is exactly why these girls are being trafficked.
Exactly. Because they literally tell the daughter,
Yeah.
you have to do this
Yeah.
for me to have a job.
Yeah.
You have to do this.
You have to do this. And she's like, I don't want to. And he's like, I don't care. You have to do this for the family.
Yeah.
So he's literally pimping out his daughter. And he says that. And he's like, it's not like she's a prostitute or anything. No, that's exactly what you've made her. You've
Yeah.
also told her her consent doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You've told her she's nothing and that men can do whatever the they want.
And remember, guys, this is a comedy. This is everything we're talking to you is set up like these are jokes.
Yeah.
It's the most depressing,
this is fun.
dire thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And this, like, they're raising the worst, most entitled kids ever. Just absolutely worst. And the show ends with a lot of stuff happening. First, his boss comes by his house to say how grateful he is that she went out with him. He had the best time. He got invited to another party. What turns out is while she did not do anything, he went upstairs and presumably got blown or whatever. And now he's so happy that I get
to keep my job.
The boss is happy that his son is getting jerked off, and then so because you got my son laid, you can keep your job.
Yep.
Yay. Then because they bought the bouncy house and the kid attacked the other kid, kind of glossed over that. All the neighborhood kids are going to their house for the bouncy party where she literally says, "Come everyone, sit on our patio furniture." Other little boy decides he's going to rip down that tree trunk or tree branch, and when he does so, he rips out the transformer for the neighborhood, which causes the bouncy village to deflate, and I don't know. Like, that's kind of how this
And that's how it ends. And he's like, see, everything ended just fine.
Yeah. Tune in next week.
For American Family. This is what you do. You exploit your own daughter.
The one thing I will say about the show is the only recognizable actor that I saw was Chris McDonald. And I'm glad I've never seen any of these people in anything else ever again. I
agree. You guys are monsters.
You agreed to this.
Yeah.
Chris McDonald is playing Chris McDonald. He's playing the same asshole he plays in everything. It's gross, but like, you know, he's playing Shooter McGavin from friggin' Happy Gilmore. Like, that's the character he plays. I'm whatever. Yeah. The rest of you chose to do this. That's bad news bears. We're gonna move on to Adventures in Babysitting. Golly, I
love the movie.
I love the movie Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah.
Trying to make it a weekly TV show
of these kids constantly being in very traumatic, dangerous situations
is
not okay.
It's not okay.
No.
First of all, I feel like we said earlier, at some point you have to be like, Chris, you can't watch our children anymore.
You're a terrible babysitter.
She is an awful babysitter.
Even though she's like, I love babysitting. I'm like,
yeah, like
that's not how babysitting works. You don't get to go on adventures all the time.
I mean, the only thing I can say about the Adventures of I think it's weird, first of all, that the show does not start with Chris.
Yeah.
The movie starts with her very famously singing and dancing to 50s music or early 60s music, because that's what we did in the 80s.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's her last babysitting job. She's like, I'm going to college.
Right.
I'm done. I'm going to do this one. Oh, no. She doesn't even do that. She's supposed to go on a date.
Oh, right.
And then the date gets canceled, and then she gets called for babysitting, and so she's like, I guess I'll do that because my date got canceled. That's right. But it's very much Chris's story.
Right.
This is not about Chris. It starts off with the Thor-loving girl and the brother and his friend. The brother and his friend, we should point out, are Brian Aston Green and Joey Lawrence. So if you didn't know, we were firmly established in the late 80s. There you go.
There you are. But it's so pixely. Don't worry. You can't see them.
And not only that, it was like maybe 8x8 on our screen. It was like watching a Polaroid.
It's like it had the matte, like in a painting. There was the matte part around it.
It's not like letterboxed. It's like, it is literally just like an image imposed on like a black screen.
It's bizarre. I've never seen a filmed like that before with all the crap we watched. Not even the person who was like smoking and filming it.
I was hoping it was. But I can't believe you uploaded that. It's so funny. But this is pre-90210 for Brian Austin Green. This is pre-Blossom for Joey Lawrence. Yeah. But I did appreciate that they made the boys a little bit younger than they were in the movie. The movie, they do feel like they could be contemporaries of Chris. I think they even go to the same high school. Like, she's graduating, but
it's like, I shouldn't be babysat.
Dude, in like the 80s, you were like, if you were 11, you were staying home by yourself. You know? So it's like we're adventures in babysitting, but it's not about the babysitter. Really, she's just kind of there for some of it. This is another show. There's not much to say about this show, to be quite honest with you. I don't really find I have much to say about it.
I don't have much to say about it.
This is another show, though, like we've talked about before, where all the jokes, and not even just the jokes, just like the situational things that happen, all rely on you being familiar with joke structure or story structure. They do not set things up well.
No, they don't.
But they have like the punchline without the setup a lot of the times. Like there's a time where Chris's friend and Brian Austin Green have this like moment
where they hug and then they're like, ew, gross. And it's like, what?
You never set up that they have any.
Do you guys
know each other?
Hate each other?
Do you guys know each other? Like, you never bothered to set up the relationship between these characters.
Yeah.
So when they have a heart-filled moment or whatever, when they have that conversation.
Because they're scared.
Because they're scared. I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't think it was weird.
Yeah. And then
they hug.
Ended the hug and they're like, oh, gross, let's never do that again. And I'm like, wait, what?
I'm like, I didn't even know you guys knew each other.
Yeah.
It's like the Goonies kind of. They have a little bit. They set up those relationships
but
more.
It's already been set up that they don't like each other.
Yeah, like Mouth and what's her name? Like you know they don't like each other. So when they have a heart to heart later on, it means something.
Yeah.
This doesn't bother to set any of that stuff up.
No.
And so and there's like just like a lot of jokes like that where you've heard the joke elsewhere.
Yeah.
And then they don't bother setting up the joke. They just give you the punchline. You're like, you know it because you know that joke.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense.
No.
The whole show too also, there's like it's exhausting, quite honestly.
Because there's an alligator in the sewers.
Why are they in the sewers?
I don't know. They fell through a hole while the convenience store was getting robbed because they had to go and pick up a new Thor doll because they put the Thor doll in a disposal, and so now they have to replace it, and that's the story. Yeah, and of course, the little girl has to apologize for saying that she hates her brother for destroying her favorite doll.
Yeah.
And he never once apologizes to her.
Nope. Chris actually pulls her aside, basically saying,
he's like, you know what, you should apologize to your brother. You said such mean things to him. You should never be mean to boys.
She puts these kids in danger. She gives them like the worst advice. She's just like terrible.
She's the worst.
And we should say she's babysitting because turns out, if you didn't know, if you want the deep lore of Adventures in Babysitting, that the parents of these kids, the father is the principal of her high school. And she says this in a very natural exposition line where she says, what was I going to say when my high school principal called and asked me to babysit his kids? You can't go around trashing other people's stuff. But the principal and his wife are going to dinner at the mother's sister's house until midnight. And I just was like, yikes. No, thank you.
No, I'm not hanging out at my sister's house
till midnight.
F you.
Midnight?
Dude, I haven't even spoken to my family in 10 years. You think I'm going to hang out with them until midnight?
Yeah.
On my day off?
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm not going anywhere at midnight.
If I'm not in bed asleep?
Yeah.
I've done something wrong.
Yeah, if I am awake at midnight, there is a problem.
There's a problem. There's a problem.
I am most likely lying awake in bed, staring at the ceiling like, how are we going to get through this? Like,
something is deadly wrong.
Something is wrong.
Yeah.
I should have been asleep hours ago.
You do not get my sleep time.
And everybody in this show is acting to the back of the house.
Yeah.
Every line of dialogue is screamed at each other's faces. Whatever it might be, it is screamed. So basically, he's destroyed the Thor. They go to the shop, which just so happens that this is the friend's new job.
Yeah.
It's at a convenience store, kind of a 7-Eleven, where she's working for a boss who says that she should not be nice to customers.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It's weird. I don't really understand where you're going with that.
It's a convenience store. They're not here for pleasantries. They're here to be in and out.
In and out, get their Diet Dr. Pepper for $1.50 and go. Don't wish them a good night. I'm like, okay, even if that's true, wishing someone well is not hurting the bottom line in any kind of way. Like, it's just being polite. But anyway, basically it's like a claw machine is where they got this
Yeah.
Thor doll. And so he's like, I'm going to go there and get it. Somehow, how did Brian Austin Green get into?
I don't know, because he gets out of it real easy.
It's a joke. They set it up as a joke of like he's in the machine. And I don't understand that. But while they're doing this, now Chris has come with the girl because everyone's here. And then they get robbed.
Yeah.
And while they're getting robbed, they get thrown into the back room
Right.
of the 7-Eleven.
And the floor falls in.
Yes.
So they fall into the sewer.
Yeah.
So they're trying to escape through the sewer, and that's when the sewer alligator attacks.
And then like the whole sewer is set up like Family Double Dare.
Yeah, it is.
It's not wet.
Nope.
It's just like this weird area with
tunnels.
tunnels and ramps.
That's it.
That's
It's like a skateboard park.
Yeah, it looks like a skateboard
Yeah,
park.
yeah,
Absolutely. That's
yeah.
exactly what it
It's
is.
like a skateboard park.
And I actually said, because there's one point where the little girl says to her brother, I don't care if the floor falls from underneath you or swallows you whole. And that's when the floor falls out. And I was like, it's almost set up like this is haunted. It's
Yeah.
like if you're watching like the Addams Family or something. And that's another clunky part of the dialogue is, so they're underground in the, I think it's Brian Austin Green, or maybe it's Joey Lawrence, is like, I bet this is part of the old sewer system.
Yeah, and I was like, how would you know?
I was like, what?
What?
So they just fell into the sewer.
Yeah.
And then Chris is like, everybody, pull yourselves together. And I'm like, everybody was dead calm.
Yeah.
Nobody was crying.
Nobody was freaking out. Everybody's dead calm. And she's like, pull yourself together, guys.
And because like she's got to be in charge because she's
Yeah.
a babysitter. What's also funny is they set it up like they've been walking for hours, but then it turns out they're right under the convenience store.
Yeah,
They have
so
not moved anywhere.
They haven't gone anywhere.
So then,
You know what's great about sewers? There's a ton of manholes. They're easy to get out of.
they're acting like it's a maze, and I'm like, just find a ladder and go up. Your exit is up.
That's right there.
You fell from up, return to up. Go to up. That's where you need to be. Like, just find up. And so then, being the best babysitter in the world, she's like, Joey Lawrence, go stray by yourself for a while. And she's like, no more than 100 feet. But he's gone for like a while.
Yeah.
100 feet took a long time for him to get to. And he's like, hey, guys, come over here. And again, you said it's like a skate park. It's got a ramp.
It's got a ramp.
They have like this whole moment where they run up the ramp and have to grab each other's hands to pull each other up. It's like American Ninja
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, it's like an American Gladiator.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And the crowd just goes wild for them.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like, if you've ever seen like a poodle balancing a ball on its nose and the way people clap for that,
Yeah.
that's how people were clapping for these children going up this mild incline. They're
It
like,
was like,
"Whee!"
you know how like if you're a kid, you're going to go up the slide?
Yeah.
That's what they were doing.
And it was no more of a steep incline than that.
It was a slide.
But it was like a
guys.
struggle. And they get up and they're like, yeah, we're going to get out of here.
Yeah.
And then they all come running, sliding down the slide. It's all dry, remember?
Mhm.
And then an alligator's just there, like a 6-foot alligator.
Yep, just there.
And then like it cuts away and they cut back and the alligator's gone.
Yep.
Like that's how quickly this problem gets resolved. It gets resolved in like
2 to 3 seconds.
like in a commercial break.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Legally Blonde where she has a whole mock trial over a commercial break.
I rest my case.
This is the other thing that I want to say. Like the jokes, everything's like based upon like story structure that you're familiar with, but it doesn't do the heavy lifting of setting it up.
Yeah.
So now they're under there. They find the money somehow.
Money from where exactly?
Like Brian Austin Green's like, I found it in the storm drain. I'm like, well, if you found it in the storm drain, then go up, guys, up.
Up.
And then while they're
But
there,
like the money from what? The convenience store robbery?
they said a bank robbery. So they robbed a
Wait,
bank
what?
and then
Wow. Hold on.
yes.
There was also a bank robbery happening at the same time.
They robbed a bank and they were like, this isn't enough. We need the $50 from the till at 7-Eleven.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I thought it was the convenience store money.
So no. I think
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure he says bank money.
No, you're right. He does. He says it's from a bank robbery.
And so Vincent, one of the robbers, and the other guy catch them. They track them down into the sewers. I'm like, why bother? Why bother?
Why are you hunting kids?
Why are you hunting the kids? And like Vincent, the big bad, is like, I knew you were a trouble babysitter. And I'm like, really? She's 17 years old. Like, what are you talking about? The kids ran away because they fell through the hole.
Yeah.
Just let them be gone.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, that's the best case scenario for you is the
now
kids
you
got
don't
away.
need to worry about them.
You don't have to murder them or whatever. But Vincent's like, I'm going to murder you anyway. And then the other guy, this
He's
is
like,
what I'm talking
I've done some bad things in my life, but I ain't gonna kill a kid.
and again, so it's structured. If you remember Adventures in Babysitting, the thing in there is they get involved in like a chop shop thing where cars are being stolen, and they have one of the guys. He's like a criminal, quote unquote criminal. He's like, "Look, I may be a criminal, but I'm not a bad guy." And that's how this guy's being structured, set up. But nothing has been set up.
No.
In it, you know what I mean? Like when you meet the guy who's like the criminal in the movie, you could see he's like a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a murderer.
Right.
But this, nothing. He's just like, all of a sudden to get them out, it's the deus ex machina of it. Is he's just like, oh, by the way, here's a ladder and get out of here, kids. You know, like, that's it.
You guys can return the money we stole. Bye.
I've had a change of heart because of what? What has happened?
I don't know. It doesn't make any kind of sense.
What story has happened off screen?
At least take the money you robbed.
Yeah.
Be like, and give me that bag.
Yeah.
And then get out of there.
Instead
of being like, you can return the money we stole.
Kids, it's a little late for you to be out of bed.
Oh my God.
So again, nothing is set up. No, it's just like, because I've seen the movie, I understand the bad guy is the good guy and whatever. Both are terrible shows.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I'll say about Adventures in Babysitting, it didn't make me angry.
Right.
American Family is god-awful.
Oh, God. I'm blacking that out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember that. I'm gonna go ahead and delete.
And I will say, looking at the user reviews, there are no user reviews for American Family.
Good.
I don't like how many 10 stars are. It evens out to a 5.3 user reviews. Most of them are ones, but there are 10s in there, and that
for Adventures in Babysitting?
American Family.
What?
Yeah. Adventures in Babysitting does have some reviews.
Okay.
And one of them by our old friend, Plankton Rules.
Nice.
He says, not terrible.
Could be worse.
I just found this pilot episode of an unsold TV series on YouTube, and before watching it, I couldn't help but think that although I liked the movie, I couldn't see how or why they try to make a television show about it.
Yeah.
Because again, the premise is insane.
Doesn't make sense.
Every week they get robbed. They get, something has to happen crazy every single week, and that's just insane. The first thing I noticed as I watched, and it didn't surprise me, is that the show is not all that much like the movie. There's the ubiquitous laugh track, and the show plays like just another sitcom. Things that make it totally like the sweet movie, or don't, I think he means. The characters are more shrill. Yes. Like I said, they're all screaming at each other.
Yeah.
And subtle, this show wasn't. It's so different that I really wish they'd not bothered naming it Adventures of Babysitting. That's an IP thing.
Yeah.
It's like The Burbs, we were talking about last week. It doesn't make sense. Adventures in Babysitting at least makes sense to me because it was a hit movie.
Right.
And this was coming out pretty much at around the same time, like maybe a year or two after the movie. So I get them trying to capitalize on that. So despite all this, was it worth seeing and would I have made a good series? Not really. While the show is passable entertainment, you can't help but think how strange and contrived it would be if every episode the kids got lost with their babysitters. Additionally, the show seemed to have limited appeal, like a Disney Channel show, and adults would have found the humor tedious.
Yeah.
Yeah. This person says it's pretty good. I watched this pilot for an unmade series when it originally aired, and I liked it then. It was aired. They just say unaired, but we know about the severe thunderstorms.
Severe thunderstorm.
Okay, so you know how like they give like news things at the bottom of a screen, like when something's going on? There was a severe thunderstorm going on.
In western Pennsylvania.
When this was aired.
At 11 p.m.?
Oh, was it going to end by 11 p.m.?
Yeah, something like that.
It was an inauspicious time for this TV show to come out. But what was so funny, guys,
was it kept going, but it was so wordy. So getting out the warning and then becoming the watch.
Yeah.
Was wild.
Yeah. It wasn't like severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 11 p.m.
Nope.
Severe thunderstorm watch for such and such. Like it was like in a paragraph form.
Yeah.
It was
across the screen, and you can only read it one word at a time.
It was like the person was being paid by the word.
Yes, they needed their word count.
They needed a word count. It was really, honestly, the funniest part of either show we watched today.
Either show we watched, it was great. I would highly recommend finding that and seeing if you could watch just that one specific version, so you could see the severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah.
And it was severe because the quality was so bad on this that you can't see the E or the R.
So it's just
So it just looks like
like RRR, triple R.
Yeah.
This person just says, this was written in 2002.
Oh, wow.
I watched this pilot for the Unmade series when it originally aired, and I liked it then.
What?
Luckily, I was smart enough to tape it, so I watched it recently, and I have to say I still think it was pretty good.
Oh my God, was it you who uploaded?
Was it you who put it up there? I gotta look up to see if that's the person.
Are they in Western Pennsylvania?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. This could be...
Did you survive the severe thunderstorm warning?
For being a spin-off for an unforgettable movie starring Elizabeth Shue, it would have been a good television series, in my opinion. Would have been better if Elizabeth Shue reprised her role. Good luck with that, sir. When has the person from the movie ever reprised their role in a TV show? If they weren't, like, under...
Marvel contract.
But oh well, if you like the movie, then you should like the TV show pilot. I do not.
No.
Now, I'm... Give me 1 second. I gotta find out if that's the same person. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find out, but I'm gonna see if I can.
Well, I wonder if their like YouTube username for uploading is similar to their IMDb reviewer name.
That's what I'm gonna see.
Because like if we can find some sort of weird connection there, they might be.
Yeah, that's exactly what I.
Because I don't think there's too many people uploading this specific episode.
Here we go.
Well.
It's not the same thing. Percy Sledge did the theme song though, so I won't be using it for our thing. But it just says failed and unaired pilots TV is the name of the thing, and this guy's name is Y2J Swalls. Let me see what else they did though. Okay. That's really interesting.
It's absolutely fascinating.
Fastlane. This party is off the hook. This show is simply off the hook. It rocks bigly. This show has it all for guys or women. Oh, we might have to watch Fastlane. Rules of Attraction and Swim Fan. I want to see all the reviews. Martin, The Sword and the Sorcerer. Do they still do it? I think this person may be dead.
Oh no!
All their reviews are from 2002. Oh. Here's one for Clockwork Orange.
Weird.
Isn't that what? I'm going to read it because we were talking about most overrated film ever. This film has got to be the most overrated film I have ever seen. First off, this film is way too drawn out. Kubrick could have cut 30 or maybe even upwards of 50 minutes off this film and presented it as some short film at some Sundance Arts Film Festival or whatnot. What is everyone talking about? I am pretty open-minded when it comes to viewing new and old movies, but I just couldn't stand to watch this movie. True, I did not grow up in that generation. Well, thank God for you. At the time the movie came out, but I have asked people who have, and they say it really wasn't that great. So I'm not the only Jericho-holic out there with the same opinion. Jericho? Is that the TV show Jericho with Malcolm Jamal Warner, R.I.P.?
Is that what he's talking about?
I don't know. This movie really has to be appreciated for what it really is. 2 hours and 11 minutes of your life you will never ever get back again. Well, I'm really glad they felt the same way I did. And their last review is in 2002. Was for Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, which they gave 10 stars. So
well, I think they have a different rating system.
You have your own rating system.
Yeah,
And you know what? I'm okay with that. Oh my God, Power Pack. Oh wow. Okay, sorry. Power Pack, the comic book, they had a movie. Wow, weird. I didn't know that. Anyway, I hated both these shows.
Yeah, me too.
Nothing much to say about it.
Stop sexualizing girls. Stop it. Stop being gross.
Early
Stop
2000s.
being gross. And you know what? Stop perpetuating this myth that women mature faster than men.
Yeah.
No, we don't. You do this so that you can still rape little girls because you're like, they're maturing faster than boys. So therefore, we can. You're a woman now that you have a period. No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
And since girls now, or as early as 8, are getting their periods, there's no way they're women.
Yep.
So stop with that bullshit, you pervs.
That's right.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. The 2000s were gross. I totally see why we're in the mess we are in today because
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, 100%.
I hate this.
Stop grooming little girls to suck your dick.
Yeah.
Stop it.
On that note, we really got to get out of the 2000s.
Yeah, 100%. They're killing me. And
Yeah.
the 90s. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Like I said, Adventures in Babysitting was a bad show. It was just bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it had its questionable things, but it wasn't like gross. It was
No.
just like, okay, yeah, it's the 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, American Family was literally one of the most disgusting shows I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's set up for everything that's happening today.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
The massive debt that these families are in.
Like all these shows that we're talking about, Blit Happens, American Family,
Yeah.
all these shows are like the same.
Yeah.
They are.
How can you rape little girls?
Yeah.
How can you exploit them?
Like, you know, when then Blit Happens when they talk about Shannon and Elizabeth, and it's like, yeah, in that movie, she's supposed to be like 16 years old.
Yeah, and you guys are filming her without her consent and showing it to everybody else. Just
But,
like they did with Emma Watson.
Yeah.
You know about this, right?
Mm.
Before she had turned 18, there was a lot of upskirt shots taken on her
Oh, wow.
that she didn't know about. They didn't release them until she turned 18.
Gross.
That way it's not child pornography.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do with morality. It has their legal consequences. And even then, they get away with it because they're like, oh, she's just a woman. Nobody cares.
I honestly, we probably need to wrap this up, but I just personally, I really feel bad for Emma Watson in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I you know, she's really taken a step back, I feel like. I mean, like, all three of them really have, except for Daniel Radcliffe, but he's kind of done an Elijah Wood where he's like, I'm just going to do weird crap.
Yeah, I'm just going to do my own thing. You know what? The rest of you guys can
I like Daniel Radcliffe more now than
Yeah.
I did when he was in Harry Potter. Like, I'm
well,
like,
poor guy had
he
a
was a kid.
drinking problem
yeah.
because this was like way too much pressure and stress.
He seems so much more together now.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I cannot imagine being Emma Watson and growing up in the public eye, kind of like the
When's she legal?
the
Let's have
Olsen-
the countdown so we can rape them.
or the Olsen twins or
Like,
whatever.
Where are you going with this?
Yeah.
You think a day fucking matters to somebody you're about to hurt?
I mean, it does remind me of, isn't there a Robot Chicken where they make fun of people who do that, where like the Olsen twins are turning 18 and he's like, why would you be counting that down? Like,
yeah, it's fucking gross.
like you're gross if you're counting that down.
Yeah.
Like,
You're fucking gross.
because it's like the only thing keeping me from doing this is
Is the age.
the legality of it.
Yeah, the legality. That's it.
But it's not a morality.
No,
it's a
no.
legality.
Yeah, 100%. It's fucking gross. You guys are fucking gross.
Yeah.
Infuriating. Anyway, can't wait for y'all to be destroyed. I'm so excited about anybody involved in the Epstein files getting burned alive.
I hope so.
I hope all of the karma comes and fucking eviscerates you.
Yeah, like a lot of there's like a thing that goes on right now.
Because even if you didn't pay for these girls, you knew it was happening and you did nothing.
Well,
You complicit little shits.
yeah. Like the fact that nobody did anything for 30 something years or whatever is disgusting.
Yeah.
But Pam Bondi, she said recently, she's like, if everyone in the Epstein files is punished, then like basically society as a whole would collapse. And it's like, if
Good.
society,
Because if society's that fucking gross, then it's a bad society and deserves to fucking die.
if our society is built on the backs of billionaire pedophile rapists,
Yeah.
then you know what? Maybe that society shouldn't exist.
Yeah, 100% fucking agree with that.
Maybe we need to
Ugh.
start from scratch.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
this was our podcast about crappy TV. That's not about crappy TV shows. We're not, I sometimes forget that we're not here just to like watch bad TV shows. We're actually here just to watch pilots and see if they're any good.
Yeah, exactly. We've lost sight of our mission.
We've lost sight of our mission.
Too many side quests.
We're gonna shake it up next week. I'm not doing another sitcom.
No, I
put my
can't.
foot
I
down.
can't do it.
I can't. I mean, we'll
can't
go.
do it.
We'll revisit sitcoms some other time. But this has been 2 weeks of fucking sitcoms. I can't take anymore. I know you can't.
No.
So, and I'm pretty sure our listeners can't either.
All right.
So we are going to do something. God,
I want to do a
Let's-
mystery. Let's do a mystery.
we're gonna find a mystery show
Yeah.
that is great. And it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be like Salvage One, the Sweet Days of Salvage One.
Let's just watch MacGyver again.
Can we just watch episode 2 of MacGyver? Anyway.
Palate cleanse. MacGyver.
All right, we love you, and we will see you next week.
Oh, as always, contact us, pilotingpilots@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Love you. Bye.
Bye.